The change didn't come as one big miracle. It came in pieces, and each piece shook us more than the last. It started with Kayameka's attitude. While the rest of us were tired and complaining, she carried herself with a kind of hope that annoyed and comforted us at the same time. I remember one evening, when my father was lamenting about how he had wasted his life and how his children were cursed, Kayameka just looked at him and said, "Daddy, don't say that again. God is not done with us. I will not stop praying until this family rises." It was strange hearing such bold words from the last born. She was the smallest in age, but her faith was the biggest in the house. The first breakthrough was her marriage. When the rich man from another town came for her, nobody took it seriously. We thought it was another suitor who would vanish like the others. But this one was different. He kept coming, he kept insisting, and before we knew it, the introduction was done. When the traditional marriage day came, the whole village was in shock. The convoy of cars that entered our compound that day made people whisper. People who had mocked us came to eat and drink. Some even begged to take food home. I remember standing in the middle of the celebration, confused, asking myself, so God still remembers us. After that marriage, it was like a heavy padlock was broken. Within months, another suitor came for my elder sister. This time, it was a man living abroad. Before we could even settle, another wealthy man proposed to my other sister. It was as if the blessings were lined up, waiting for one door to open. The boys in the family also began to rise. One of my brothers who had been applying for government jobs for nearly 10 years suddenly got an appointment. The call came out of nowhere. Another brother who had failed at 3 different businesses was given a big opportunity through a contact he didn't even know he had. Money began to enter the family from different sides. From the same mouths that once mocked us, we started hearing things like, "Oh, that family is blessed indeed. So after all these years of shame, see how they are shining." Even people in the community began to fear us a little. They couldn't explain how everything changed so fast. Some even whispered that we must have gone to a very strong native doctor. But the truth was, it was only Kayameka's prayers. Meanwhile, things were collapsing for our uncle. His businesses started failing one after another. The people who used to respect him began avoiding him. His daughters, the ones he used to boast about, couldn't find husbands. Suitors would come but disappear mysteriously. It was like what he planned for us was happening to him. But the shocking part was that even in the middle of his downfall, he didn't stop fighting. Strange birds still perched on our roof at night. Sometimes, we would see animals like goats or cats around the compound, moving in ways that were not normal. One particular night, I woke up to hear Kayameka praying loudly in the sitting room. When I stepped out, I saw a huge black bird standing at the window, flapping its wings aggressively. Kayameka was pointing at it and shouting, "Live here in the name of Jesus." Before I could even blink, the bird crashed into the wall and flew away weakly, never to return. It was moments like that that made me realize Kayameka wasn't just praying, she was gifted. She was fighting battles that the rest of us could not see. And as she fought, our uncle grew weaker. The final blow came when news spread that he had collapsed suddenly in his house. He had suffered a stroke. But what shook us the most was what he started confessing after that stroke.